It's so good. I had to share it. That's not your jam there or style. I'm sorry about that, but I found these guys on YouTube just browsing. They're called Trine ATX. They're really good. I reached out to them. They gave me permission to use their music. They have a few other projects that they're doing. One's really heavy metal called the not the Harvey. It's Lift the Curse, and then they also are doing it's kind of a lo-fi hip hop project as well called the Harvey Factor, which is pretty good. I put links for them down in the description if you guys are interested, but they have a whole kind of array of different genres of music, and it's really good. So anyways, I hope you guys like that. Let me get my other music fixed here. All right. How's everyone doing today? It's Sunday. These weeks are just flying by. It's been 2 weeks since I streamed. It doesn't feel like it, but last week I did the interview with Mike or Kale, community manager, and Thomas, the associate art director for Cryptic Studios, and so that kind of felt like a stream to me. But I wanted to put that out and let that just kind of sit there for a bit before, and I needed a little bit of break. So, Rob, dude, thank you for the membership renewal of 10 months. That's crazy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Jamie, how you doing? Martin, good to see you. Chrome Nuke. All things Trek 47. What's up, man? Ken, how you doing? So we got a lot of stuff happening here. A little bit of catch up from last week, and then Fleet Week coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm interested to kind of get your guys' thoughts on that. I think I'm going to run some polls as well. Some people are like super pumped. Other people are kind of like, I don't understand. And then there's also, I think, a little bit of confusion about who's running it. Because I'm seeing a lot of comments of, why don't they focus on other things? But we'll get into that here in a little bit. So it's a interesting conversation to have. I Swallow, what's up, man? X Bruin, how you doing? Jennifer, good to see you on Facebook. I'm still experimenting over there. Adler, how you doing, man? Good to see you. General Washington, how you doing today, man? Oh, I'm worn out, guys. I'm pumped, but I'm like worn out. You know that feeling? It's been a long week. Justin, how you doing? So did some colony sims last night. They went really well. Next week on probably either at the same time, I'm not sure if we're doing colony sims or not, but if we do them, it'll be after. If not, we'll do it in place, but I'm going to arrange I need to do some demo record, and I need a lot of ships. So I'll arrange that in the Fleet Discord. I've been kind of talking about it off and on, so if anybody's interested in that, check out the Fleet Discord down in the description. He said doo-doo. I did. Got me. A lot of events and games. Am I saying this right? I'm probably not. Iva Vive? Is that right? I'm the worst. General Washington, you're doing good. Awesome. Scott Bot. Poop. All right. So let's start with what we're doing for the giveaways, and then we'll jump into the agenda here. So we're going to do a Who's Knock giveaway that was provided by Martin. We'll be doing that on YouTube, and then on Twitch we will be doing a giveaway for 100 million EC. Both of these are for PC. Love the demo record stuff. I'm gonna sample that one that I put in the members only chat on Discord, and we'll talk about that in a little bit when we get to the Fleet Week stuff. CasualSAB, what's up, man? Let's get some shout outs here real quick, and then we'll jump into it. I feel like my focus is getting better here. I got my whole screen full. I got it all kind of organized, but so if I look a little zoned, that's why, but it's because I'm paying attention that hard. All right. Just doing ultra casual EC grinding. I'm excited to see that series you got coming out. If you're a member of CasualSAB's channel, he's got a series of videos coming out that is zero to hero EC grinding. Should be pretty good. Oh, I got you. Roman style 4 of 4. I got you. Okay. Ive of Ive. I'm the worst. I just don't see it when it comes to letters. If you're stoned, you can just tell us. I don't do that anymore. I got tired of, checking windows and doors and thinking about it. Am I a good enough dad? Am I working hard enough? Anyways. That's how it would go for me. All right, let me get my list of things here so I can stay on track. So we'll start both the giveaways probably about halfway through. So the show will be about an hour long, and we'll start the giveaways here in, what time is it? 1:16. So we'll start those probably in about 20-30 minutes. K. Anderson, how's it going? All right, let's start with the blog posts. All right, I'm already on the patch notes, so we'll just start with this. The big one was the official on the Infiltrator. So there was patch notes that came out, I think it was the week before last now, if I'm remembering correctly. It's all a big blur this month. But they were getting rid of the stacking effect of Infiltrator on Riemann bridge officers. This probably isn't a big deal to most of you guys. I know it wasn't to me because I don't use it. I would like to, but it's kind of a whole nother situation. But essentially, if you're using like a ship with a battle cloak and you're using the Theta trait along with a bunch of other stuff, basically you could stack these bridge officers and extend the bonus damage period after decloaking. It's essentially what they would do. And so there's different tiers of them. There's 3 different versions, and if you had 3 different versions of them, all those versions would stack. If you had the superior versions and 3 of those, you would only get 1. So it was only if you mix together those. Apparently that was not intended from when they came out 10 years ago. And so when they were working on the bridge officer updates with the tokens, someone brought that up, and so they just fixed it, not realizing it would have ripple effects and cause problems with a lot of people's builds that use these. So they went back and reversed that change, and they updated the text so that it states on there that the variated versions or the different versions of them will all stack. Any of the same versions will not. So that is now official after 10 years. So that's good. So that was kind of, and I think coming in after the way that they handled the adjustments to some of the consoles and things like that, this came right on the heels of it, and I think that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. And so they started to go back and reassess this and some of the console stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens with some of the console balancing adjustments that they made. They did say they were going to look at 2 of them again and pull game data. So we'll see if that ends up happening or we end up hearing about it. Well, I don't want to say I'm not, I kind of doubt it. And if we do, it'll probably be a while, unfortunately. All right, let's go back here. Their site is broken too. I can't, you used to be able to hit the filter button and get just PC notes, but it won't let me do that anymore. All right, so we got upgrade. Is this for a whole week or does this end today? It ends tomorrow. So if you have anything that you would like to upgrade or anything like that, today's the day, and first thing tomorrow morning, basically all of your upgrades will give you double what they normally would. So it's nice when they do this with the Phoenix event. It was even nicer before. You could buy Phoenix packs anytime, but even still, if you're a free-to-play player or you don't have a lot of dilithium, you can get, you know, your one free pack a day. We'll talk about that in a second. And if you have all the stuff that you want out of it, or you just want to do upgrades, you can break them down into the Phoenix upgrades, and they'll be worth double. So it's nice when they mix those two events together. All right. And that brings us to the Phoenix pack. So I put a video out on this and just showed how to go about getting them. Most of you guys probably already know, but there are constantly, you know, new players coming into the game. So sometimes the videos that you'll see from me, I don't want to say they'll be repetitive because I have hit this in the past, but it was, you know, quite a while ago. But like with most of my stuff, it's you know, noob friendly basically. So they haven't added anything to this box. I'd like to see them add some stuff to it. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think they'll do that? I mean, now that they have the mud store, everything just ends up getting thrown in there. So I'm kind of worried that we won't see much added to this going forward. But what we have here is, this runs for a whole week, so this will go until the 6th, which is, what, Thursday? Yeah, so it'll go until Thursday morning for me. And if you go and see the Ferengi on Drozana or on Deep Space Nine, you can grab yourself one free box per account per day. You can always buy them, obviously, from the Dill store. During this event, though, it allows you to be able to buy the upgrade tokens, ship upgrade tokens. And these are the breakdowns. You're better off if you can get 5 of these to buy it with the ultra rares, because if you're buying them for 100, like if you were to break down 5 of these, you're not going to end up with 100. So like the conversion rate going back up is terrible. Yeah, I agree with that, Spencer. I guess I would like to see them not put more ships into it, because if they do, then I'm never going to get one of those because the drop rates for epics are just atrocious. But I'd like to see them put in, you know, I don't know, other consoles or, you know, Space Barbie stuff, you know, that RP gear, man. But I agree, the event ships and stuff, because this is where they used to add in the event ships. So basically everything that's in here is an older event ship. Now they're adding these things to the Muds market, and it is cheaper to, if you were to buy Zen to convert to dilithium in order to buy enough Phoenix packs to get an epic token, it on average would be cheaper to just buy one of the Muds bundles if it had the ship that you wanted in it. And on top of that, it would be an account unlock for your entire account because it's coming out of the C store, as opposed to getting an epic token and that only being, you know, per character. So that's a good point, Spencer. But I want them to add more Space Barbie gear. So, but it's all the same stuff. They haven't added anything else. They haven't added anything for well over a year now. I think the last thing was the anti-proton consoles, I think. And I take that back. They did add some bridge officers. I think the NX registry, I don't know if that's new. I just got it for the first time, but so they have added some things into that. So keep adding them. That's what I want. All right, upgrade Phoenix. Oh yes, okay. And then lastly for the blog post, actually that wasn't in the blog post, that was on Twitter. So I and pretty much everybody else did a video making sure everybody knew that they were giving away a TNG anniversary pack. Where is it? Here it is. Celebration of Next Generation. So and this is these items will be coming to Xbox, PlayStation, October. So you guys will get this month now. But if you go into your promo tab in the C store, you can grab this pack, and it gives you basically the Worf hair, sash, and goatee. I did a video on how to get it, which is pretty straightforward, and then a visual review, which looked ridiculous on my Federation human. And the hair does not use the same naming convention as the rest of it. So the sash is the warrior sash, the goatee is the warrior's goatee, and the hair is, I don't know, 5 head or something like that. I can't remember. It's in my video though, but it doesn't use the same naming convention, so it took me quite a while to find it. Nick, what's up, man? I was gonna be mad at you. I pushed it back an hour. Good to see you, man. You just waking up? Add augments to get augments in Jennifer in STO. I hear augment, and I think SOTOR. Caleb, have you tried out your hug emote? NX registry was in the Zen store. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's definitely in the Phoenix packs now. Because I just I unlocked it on one of my characters for a video I'm putting together for Fleet Week. Still trying to get the vessel. Yeah, the drop rates on the epic tokens are just they're ridiculous. All right, so let's talk about Fleet Week, guys. So I'm going to start off by just playing a part of my interview. It's just a couple seconds long with these guys where they explain kind of what it is, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. And Spencer, thank you for the shout out for this interview on your last video. You paused my face at not a great time, by the way. I know you did it on purpose. All right, let me turn that down in my ear. So, why don't we start with you telling us what is Fleet Week?
So Fleet Week is a week of celebration of the starships of Star Trek. So it's going to start with a week of panels and streams from STO content creators like Cusaku, Dark Mum, Consortium, and Peace X Peace, as well as a 10 Forward Weekly and a panel on military science and how that leads into Star Trek. And then that all leads up to the big main event day on Saturday the 15th, which will be a full day of panels. Imagine it as a virtual Star Trek convention. So there's going to be guests from all across Trek fandom. We've got John Eves, we've got Rick Sternbach, we've got the folks from Modiphius, and we're all going to be coming together on a bunch of different panels to talk about the starships we love.
So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Ronaldo, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I need to move that chat down here because I look all... So basically the way that they've described it there is that, I guess it started off, Kale did what was called a Day of Honor, which was basically a similar kind of thing for Klingons. Orky, what's up, man? And apparently Thomas wanted to do something that was just all about the Star Trek ships, and I guess it started to grow and grow, and so they just turned it into this week-long event. The way they categorized it or coined it was that it would be basically a virtual Star Trek convention that's specifically about all of the ships. Some of the panels they have, actually, they look like they're going to be pretty cool. The Stellar Service looks like it's going to be a very interesting one, and let me just pull up their post for it here. So, and this is something that Thomas is put together and Kale has helped them. This doesn't look like this is something that's backed specifically by Cryptic Studios, although obviously they've let them use their channel, their website, all of those kinds of things. So there isn't anything tied in game at the moment, although they will be announcing one new ship on the 10 Forward weekly stream that week. And apparently Thomas was teasing that there might be a second one if he finishes it in time. Thomas Chris, how's it going? Thomas Christopher Staten, to be precise. So the event will start on October 10th, and it'll run through the 15th. They have a breakdown of the schedule here. In the interview that I did, I linked this, so if you guys are interested in looking at it, it looks like they'll be releasing more information too, probably this week on it. So these are all the different guests that they're going to have. I'm not super familiar with all of them. They will be having a few of the community content creators that we know, like the Darth Mom Consortium, Kusaku, Piece by Piece. They'll be, I think, being hosted by Cryptic Studios channel. And then they have also opened the door. I know there's a few other creators that are doing complimentary content during that week, and they're being able to partner with them to get a little bit extra exposure, retweet, shout outs, things like that. So that's really cool that in this event that they're doing that. That's not something normally that we'll see from them, where they're helping content creators get their name out there and promote different content that they're doing. So I'm really happy to see that. Wrathwith 3R, how's it going? The one that I am excited about, where is it? Is the Stellar Service. So this one will have Thomas there. They're going to have intelligence analysts, literal rocket scientists. There'll be military veterans. Just a really interesting looking panel of people that are going to have a discussion on Star Trek ships, and some of the inspiration it has from real life, and some of the things that these ships do and how they potentially could be real at some point in real life. It just looks like a really interesting discussion especially with the people that they're going to have here. So I'm pretty excited to see that one. That one's going to be on the 11th, which I think is that Tuesday. Yeah, that's on Tuesday, a week from this Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So there's quite a few different, events and panels. Some of the stuff I'm kind of like, whatever. But like, I'm not super interested on the lore backstory creation process of some of this stuff. It's not as big of a deal to me. I like more of the technical stuff. I'm a big history military buff as well, and that's why the Stellar Service panel is looking pretty exciting to me. So I think it's definitely worth checking out, guys. If you look through their blog post with their schedule, I know, like I said, they will be updating this, so they'll probably have more on the blog post and on Twitter. But I think it's going to be a pretty cool event, and it's nice that, like, I've never been to a Star Trek convention, and now obviously in the age of COVID and all of that, although most of it seems to be winding down, I just don't feel like it'll ever be quite the same again, at least not in the near term. So being able to do something like this virtually that you can be involved with real time, even if you're just a viewer, these panels will be there on a lot of these streams. You'll be able to ask questions and chime in, and that's really cool and unique compared to even an actual physical event that you go to. So I think it's cool. Again, it's not something that Cryptic Studios is putting on. It's really Thomas's baby. Kale's helping with it, and it looks like they're getting a lot of support from Cryptic and a lot of other places. It was, and I can't remember the name. There's a tabletop game. I just bought the reference book because it's full of like ship pictures and all kinds of stuff. But apparently it's a tabletop game. I'm unfamiliar with how to play it, and I can't remember the name of the company that does it. It was in the video though. But they put out this reference book and reached out to Stowe and Thomas to use material to put that together. And that's what kind of, I think, sparked this whole thing for Thomas to put together. The reference book, they sent me a PDF, so it's on, it was early, pre-order. So but they did send me a PDF of it, and it's really, really cool, guys. I might do a video just kind of sampling some of this stuff to show it off to you guys, some of the more interesting stuff, but it's just one of those things. I'm not going to play a tabletop game, most likely, but I like thumbing through it and looking at, all the different schematics and pictures of the ships and those kinds of things. All right, let's get the giveaway going. I'm going to grab a quick refill, and then I'll just give a quick little teaser on what I'm working on for the Fleet Week. Get you guys' feedback on that as well. If you're a YouTube member in the Discord channel, I posted it there earlier this week as well, but I'll talk a little bit more about that, and any feedback I can get is always helpful. So the giveaway is going to start here in just a couple moments. So the giveaway is not currently running. Why don't we go ahead and get that going now? We'll do that. And then I'm going to get a refill, and we'll get back to it. What window do I need? Okay, here we go. Okay, so on Twitch, we are going to be giving away 100 million EC. You do need to be here when it's drawn to claim that on Twitch. And then if you are the winner, you'll need to speak up in chat and then send me your handle in the Twitch messaging system. That'll get you taken care of. If you on YouTube, we're going to be giving away a Who's Knock Tier 6, and that is this guy here. This was donated by Martin. It's got a really good beam overload trait on it. It's a really good ship. This has been in the game quite a while, but it's an excellent ship. This is a Lobi ship. Thank you to Martin for donating that. 1701, what's up, dude? And you guys are more than welcome to enter in both of these giveaways. If the same person somehow wins both, though, I will redraw. Let's say I'll redraw the Twitch one. So if somebody wins both, I'm going to redraw for the 100 million EC. So we have two separate people that win the giveaways, but you are more than welcome to enter both of these. So if you jump onto both, have them tabbed or whatever you want to do there, you can go ahead and get on those. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start the Twitch giveaway now, and that is live. So it's just one entrance per exclamation point ticket space 1 will get you an entry on Twitch, and then let's get YouTube going here. Okay, and that is going. I have it set for a half hour, but it'll end basically at the end of the stream. Jesus. I have one chat window here that's like for everything, and it's freaking out because it's both of them. All right, so why that? Because if you want to say something right now, that's not going to make it through to me because it's moving too quick. So let me go and get a refill real quick, guys, and then I'll be back and we will continue on. All right. All right, so those giveaways will keep running here till the end. We'll pull those in about 20 minutes or so. So I just wanted to show what I was working on for Fleet Week. Basically what I wanted to do is like a ship parade, but it is ridiculously out of control hard to get 2 ships to fly together at the same speed in formation, let alone a whole bunch of them. So when I started messing with it, I knew it would be kind of difficult, but because you have, your skill tree, you have your endeavor points, you have, the ship's modifiers, you have just all kinds of just things that affect that. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do an animated scene of them moving. I could probably make it appear like it's going to do that, but basically what I'm going to do for next week on Saturday is get a bunch of you guys together, and we'll probably park in some formations, maybe also in a line, because I can remove stuff out of the background and make it appear as if they're moving. And then I also wanted to kind of scatter some around. I'm doing it all around the station that's to the left of Earth Space Dock on the other side of the planet. So I might also just kind of scatter a bunch of them around where a couple of them are in the space docks and a couple of them are just kind of parked. And then we'll just do some camera shots and stuff around that. But I think to start with, what I was going to do is, instead of kind of a parade, more of kind of a flyby kind of effect. So I've been working on the ships individually, producing the individual videos, and then I'll end up using all of those, putting them together for just one big longer one. So let me pull that up here. Yeah, it's way easier. Like most of the videos, there's a few where I've done movement shots, like with the Akira, the battle scene on that. Also with the Klingon bird of prey. They were pretty difficult, and that was with just one moving ship. The other ones were just moving from AI, and so they were more of kind of background features. Otherwise, all the other demo records where it looks like the ships are moving, they're not really. Because the backgrounds are generally a planet that's farther away and stuff, it gives a good effect, when you're just moving the camera and manipulating it to make it look like it's going. Otherwise, it's an utter nightmare. So this is what I have so far, and what I'm finding, I'm still working on this one, but what I'm finding is that so I'm adding in audio tracks, and I'll turn down the music for a moment here to give it the appearance or the sound of it, like flying by. That is proving to be harder than all the rest of it, but let's make sure it's turned up a bit. I need to find some different tones of like that ship rumble. So then my thought is that I'll do the rotations like this, and I'll have, like a little line show up with words that'll move animated with the ship and say, deflector array, dual beam banks, whatever kind of nacelles these are, aft torpedoes or something like that. That's what I'd like to do. I have a feeling that might be just way too time intensive. I did some experimenting with it and it turned out pretty good, but it's not quite at the quality level that I would want. If I can figure out how to dial that in a little bit cleaner, then I might do that. Otherwise, it'll just be a brief just flyby and rotation shots around each of the hero ships and some of the more popular ones, and then maybe in the middle of all that we'll be cutting to, I don't know, the line of ships that look like it's coming by. Maybe I'll have like the line of ships that looks like it's coming by, and as I'm doing the camera sweeps, then it'll clip away to that particular one and do the individual and then move on to the next one. And then at the end, it'd be a larger shot where they're all kind of docked around the space dock and all of that kind of thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you have ideas for that and stuff, in the Fleet Discord, we've been talking about the lineup, the ship parade, flybys, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in number one, being involved in that, or you have any kind of ideas, I'd appreciate any kind of feedback on what might be cool. So just post it in there. I think I have it in the event tab in the Discord server for the Fleet. All right. And then the other thing I'm working on, and I've been having, and I can't remember the person's name right off the top of my head here. I'll have to look. We've been talking about Tour of the Galaxy, so there's been some changes to that. So I've taken screenshots of all the different quadrants with all the points on it. The beta quadrant is identical. The alpha quadrant has had 3 or 4 extra points put up farther up top. With the budget build, I don't see it being a big problem finishing those two. But I'm not sure about being able to finish the Delta Quadrant and the Gamma Quadrant with the budget build. I was watching a guy, they were live streaming. They were really good. I'm going to talk with them a little bit more because I'd like to promote them a little bit because they're really good. It's the Star Trek Night Shift. He and his crew, they did a live stream a few days ago, and at the end of it, Captain Merrick, he did a tour of the galaxy and like a fully built out, Vesta with everything, and it was insane. That ship was so fast, and not only was it so fast, but it would turn on a dime in when you're in slipstream. It was nuts. I mean, it would turn in slipstream better than my ship just does, just at warp speed. It was crazy. I'd like to talk with him and find out what kind of build he's running on that. I would have never guessed that was Nick. The only thing that threw me off is the Section 31 shield. Tried using Gold Wave, free software, and dropper effects. Yeah, I've tried. It'd be really nice if I could remove backgrounds. I was hoping that Demo Record would have a function to remove the skybox and replace it with just a green background. I've asked a few people, and they don't think you can do that. I was gonna reach out to Thomas and see if he had a suggestion for that. Because if I could green screen and demo record, then the sky would be the limit. Yeah, so I'll be working on a new build for the or not. I don't know if the build's going to change because it's the budget build for the Tour of the Galaxy, but I will do an updated route where it can get you at least, the most that you possibly can out of it. I don't know whether or not you'll be able to complete it or not. And then I'm going to talk to Captain Merrick and see if he would share his build with me, because I'm really interested to see how he's doing that. I mean, he was doing like warp factor of over 100 in Slipstream. It was crazy. Look at the gorgeous Valkyrie. Yeah. And I would guess this other one is Spencer. I knew it. Need for speed. Yeah. All right. Let's get my list here. But I used to run Tour of the Galaxy a lot, especially on my free-to-play when I first started building that out. Because you can grind up a decent amount. And can someone tell me if any of you guys have been running that? There used to be a section that when you completed it in the middle of the beta quadrant, it would give you like a 425,000 EC bonus. I think that was like for completing the whole thing back when the map was much smaller. And it would give you a bonus for doing that. I ran it the other day, but I was kind of messing around and I wasn't paying attention, and it didn't look like when I went back through the chat log that I got that. Can anyone confirm whether or not that bonus is still in there? Maybe it was 225,000. I can't remember what it was, but it was a lot more than, just each of the individual points, which is 25,000. You get 125 EC, okay, for finishing most of the Alpha Quadrant. Stanky Boy, and is that still the case? Have you ran it since they did the update 2 weeks ago? Maybe I just missed it because it just had the one before it when I was scrolling through. And I thought it was the beta quadrant before, right? So it sounds like that's different. Yeah, I did it this morning. Okay. Okay. But you're saying it's now the alpha quadrant? Because the alpha quadrant is where Deep Space Nine is. Beta quadrant has the Sol system in it. Before it was the beta quadrant. Which, is that right, guys? I always thought that Earth was in the alpha quadrant. I thought humans, you know, made up for themselves alpha and beta and blah, 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 blah. And so I assumed that Earth was in the alpha quadrant, but until I started playing this game, that was just my assumption. Dylan, what's up, buddy? You always thought that too? But are we wrong? I mean, or did the game just decided that's what it was going to be? Per lore, the alpha/beta quadrant divide goes right through Sol system. Okay. I gotcha. Is that a thing in real life? Have we broken the Milky Way up into quadrants? I guess we haven't gotten far enough in needing to map it in that kind of a way. What is west in 3D space? What's west in 3D space is when I pull up this map and I say go west of the the wormhole. But that's on a 2D map though, right? So north and west is relative. Even on Earth. Border of the alpha and beta quadrant is the line that intersects the sun and the center of the galaxy. Okay, okay. That's interesting. Does that make sense, right? I mean, because if, you know, we're mapping the stuff up, you know, out. So for each different race, or obviously for humans, we're going to, you have to pick something. And so if we were just like in the alpha quadrant, you know, you would just, arbitrarily decide where that was going to be. So that makes sense. Say, okay, sun in the center, that's the line, and then break it up from there. There is all the quadrants, yeah. If you guys are just getting here, we got a giveaway going on YouTube for a Who's Knock Tier 6, just exclamation point raffle. If you are on Twitch or just want in on Twitch, you can jump between both of those and enter both. There's a 100 million EC on the line on Twitch, exclamation raffle space 1. Everybody gets one entry with the same odds. Chrome Nuke, is that what you're thinking about picking up for the next one? Scott Bot, what's up, man? Technically everywhere is the exact center of the universe. I mean, if the universe is never ending, then yeah. The more you look at that stuff, I mean, the more that statement that, you know, space, time, and all of that is relative, right? Maybe it's just relative because of our lack of understanding. If we can't quantify in our minds how big something is or the scope of it, then everything is relative, right? All right, let's do a TFO. What we're gonna do on this here is we are going to all queue up for a. What are we gonna do? Let's do one of the larger ones. So we'll all, anyone that wants in, we'll just all try and time out queuing together. I'm coming up on a hard stop time here shortly. I promised my kid hamburgers and macaroni and cheese. As long as they pick up all the dog poop in the backyard first. So I'm hoping when I get done, they've already done that. But I have a feeling that that is not going to be done. I'll need to supervise that, and then we'll eat. We're going to do Crystalline Catastrophe on Advanced, and I'll wait a few minutes here, so if anybody wants to get in on that, get that ready to queue up. What is he doing? You had me at burgers? But not... Yeah, I'm sorry to put those two images in your head at the same time. 1701. Life of a Dad, yep. And I don't know what it is, man. And I don't want to be that, get off the line guy or get off the lawn guy. I'm not going to team, guys. We're going to randomly queue when it's time. But like, especially my oldest, I'll be like, okay, go do this, whatever it is. And it's just always like, there's no, it's never like, I don't know, maybe it's me. And I don't want to be like, it's never good enough, but like, it's always like, I feel like it's just half-ass, like, I remember like when I was younger and my dad would have me do the yard, like, I actually liked it, and maybe that's why, but I mean, I took pride in that, I mean, every blade of grass, the best that I could, I mean, and then I'd get done and I'm looking at it, but like, especially my oldest, he just goes and does something, and I'll go look, and I'm just like, it's not even all the way done, or it is done, but like, these things could have been straighter and stuff. Like, why not just make it perfect, Let's go back and do it again. What's mac cheese? You don't know what mac cheese is? Oh, God. What ship are you in? Is that you? No, that's not you. That's not you. Oh, yeah, the porn bots are back today. Nick, where are you? Oh, okay, I see. The USS Mick Stuffington. That's awesome. And is that on your Stewart character? No. Thank God. Best budget ship. Yeah. Guys are out of control. Half-ass everything. My dad would kick my butt. Yeah. And I'm on them, and so I think that they'll get better with, with that discipline, because, like, especially like in football, like it was, do it right the first time, because it's a lot easier to do that than to do it, 3 or 4 times, because I'm going to just keep making you do that. So hopefully at some point that'll, because I don't like just go look at it. I'm like, oh, you could have done better. Well, next time I make him go back and do it again. My youngest, on the other hand, he's like on it. I mean, sometimes I won't even tell him. I'll be like, pick up the dog poop, and I'll come out and he's picked up all the leaves and everything. But he spent the most time with me. Like when he was younger, my wife would take them to school, my 2 oldest to school, and then my youngest, he'd go to work with me every day, customer sites, office, wherever. He was just tagging along before he would go to his preschool. And I don't know if it's just they're wired different or if it's just a experience different, but Thomas, everybody can join. We're just going to do a random queue up for Crystalline Catastrophe, and that's the wrong button. And we'll all just queue at the same time. So I think YouTube has about a 15-second delay. So I will tell you when, and then, well, I guess that's not going to matter. Crystalline. Next week, I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have all the Fleet Week stuff. We'll see on next week. I'll probably start carving out a segment for just like TFO runs. It won't be like tons of them, but we'll do like 3 or 4, maybe 5, just to make sure we can get in as many people as possible. Have some fun together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and queue up now. And then once this is over, we will pull the giveaway on YouTube, and then we will pull the giveaway on Twitch after that. Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced. Here we go. They all march their own drum. Yeah, no, that's 100%. And like my middle one, he he definitely has like the middle child syndrome, you know, but he's I don't want to say like he's sensitive, like he's not like a crybaby, but like I remember some kids were picking on him at the skate park. This is a few years back, and so his older brother saw, and they all got into a little, you know, I wouldn't call it a fight, but anyways, so then they ended up coming over to me, and so I'm talking to Riker, which is my middle kid. I'm like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he just starts bawling because he just doesn't understand why, you know, people would act like that. But at the same time, he's also the one that'll rage on you, you know. So it's just kind of, it's funny. When he first started school, and his first grade teacher, we knew her personally, and his second grade teacher, but both of them would tell us the same thing. They'd be in the middle doing classwork. Riker would raise his hand, and, you know, the teacher would say, "Yeah, Riker, what do you need?" And he'd just be like, "I love you," you know, and she's like, "Okay, I love you too," you know, and get back to work. And he would just do that all the time. I need to pull up my alerts on Twitch as well. Kepler, thank you for the follow. I'll go through those as soon as we get done beating this thing up. Get back so I don't die. I feel like I'm stuck in it. You want to talk about inertia? This ship, man. Holy crap. It'll slide you off the map. No, 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 no. Oh, we're dead. Are we dead? We're way too close. We're dead. Come on. There we go. Because kids like to hear it. Yeah. Yep. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Couldn't have 2 deaths on that. That would be super embarrassing for me. Fire at Will just feels so good. That's bright. I was getting some weird rubber banding lag last night. Sidonsi? I'm going to butcher all these. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Admiral 6 Killer, thank you. Stroris. Bruin, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Viper Track. Black Ice. H-Gun. H-Gundam. H-Gundam O. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Lord Zex. Kronos. The Mad Groper. Nice. Thanks for the follow. Anson Fairhair? I think I'm saying that right. I need to make this screen bigger. It's way too small. Tarzan 7, thank you. Smiley Loot, thank you. And what I'll do is just send the rest of you guys personalized messages after, because it is ridiculous trying to scroll through this. I need the screen. I have everything like packed, so I'm getting to see like tiny bits, and I'm scrolling up and down. Thank you guys for the follows. I really appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and do the giveaway on YouTube. We're going to start with that. Make sure that you sound off in the chat. Also, make sure that there's a live button right next to the play down in this corner. Sometimes if you get little interruptions and stuff, you actually won't be at the live point. So click that live button and it'll make sure that you're up to date as much as possible. And I'm sure the timer stalled out on this. No, it's actually at 0. That's amazing. All right, so we have 120 entrants. If you are the winner, please say something in chat and state whether or not you use Discord. Because what I'll have you do is send me a message on Discord, and then after the stream, I'll go and do the verification process with you real quick, and then we will work out a time to get you your ship. If you do not have Discord, we can do it through Twitter, Facebook, or even the chat on, or not the chat, the messaging system in on Twitch. I just need to know which one though to be looking for you on. Most everybody's usernames are either different or slightly different from one platform to another. So that's why when you contact me, I'll just say I'm X from YouTube, and then I'll do the verification with you, and then we'll get set up there. So, all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and pick the winner. Is that Michael or Michelle? I always get them mixed up. Trout, you are the winner. I'm so terrible with this kind of stuff because I have to like memorize it. Hey Siri, how do you spell Michael? It's Michael. Michael Trout, you are the winner. Please say something in chat. You have said something. You are on it. Awesome. Say something. Yikes, Mike. Okay. Mike, congratulations. And yes, you are on Discord. Awesome. You are just on it, and I love it. Thank you very much. And congratulations to you. Just shoot me a DM, and I'll circle back around with you a little bit later and get everything set up. All right. Next is going to be, let's put this back, our winner on Twitch. We have 58 entries. You have a few more moments. This one is not on a timer. And if you are the winner on Twitch, you will just send me a message on Twitch saying, hey, I'm the winner, and your in-game character and @handle name, please. Nick, are you allowed to win? Nick failed to enter the giveaway. Too many tickets. Yeah, everyone only gets one. And then for Twitch, we need to make sure we find somebody to raid. I always feel really bad when I end a stream on Twitch. So we'll do that first, get them going, and then we'll get finished up on YouTube after we do that. We'll say all our goodbyes. All right. We're cutting it off on Twitch in 10 seconds. All right, 10 seconds is up. And we're going to draw a winner in 3, 2, and 1. DRK Gannon? Am I saying that right? Probably not like normal, but you are the winner. DRK. This program doesn't show me anything. There you are. Awesome. Shoot me a message through Twitch, please, with your in-game tune name and @handle, or just @handle's fine. I'll have to send you a ship invite. That'll be a little bit later this afternoon, or whenever we work out that it works best for you. Yeah, so just send me that, and then we'll get hooked up there to get you It's not rigged, Rob. All right, congratulations to you. I'm going to leave that up so we have that. Let's get our raid together. Who's live right now on Twitch? Am I going to hear myself here? Nope, I muted it. That's pro move right there. Look at that. All right. All right. Who do we got, guys? Optimus Dan. Nick, weren't you talking about going live? All right, we'll raid Optimus Dan. 5 of 5, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's make sure he's not away or anything. It's Optimus Dan _. All right. Thank you very much, guys, on Twitch. I really appreciate you. Stop in, tell Optimus Dan what is up. I've watched him a few times. He's a great content creator. I think you guys will like him. So if you haven't followed him, do that. And at a minimum, just say hello. All right, we are starting the raid. On the YouTube side, there was a lot of quote-unquote redirects that were available to me. It feels like they're starting to get that worked out. All right. Twitch, thank you very much. Love you guys. See if that worked. It worked. Okay. And I always feel bad because I'm not there to say hello or anything because we're over here still. So, all right, guys, that will do it for me today. I appreciate you guys staying to the end. I know it's one of those catch-22s because we do the giveaways at the end, but we still have 100 people left even after that. So I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in being in the ship parade, hit up the Discord server for the fleet in the events tab and just say something in there. I'll probably create a separate channel for it specifically, just so it's not so crazy because there's other stuff in that channel as well. But just be looking out for that if that's something you want to be in. We're going to do a demo record. And the only things I'm going to require are fed ships that are preferably TNG-ish error, that aren't totally whacked out, kit bashed, no vanity shields. I want to keep it as, somewhat accurate as possible. But that's kind of the main thing that I'm looking for. So Michelle, Michael, you sent me a DM. I'll just confirm I got that from you. Perfect. All right. So I'll get back with you here in just a little bit and do the verification with you so we can confirm. All right. Where are all my buttons? There they are, kind of. Oh, Jesus. It wears me out, guys. I'm only live for like an hour and I don't know, maybe I'm weak. But it's one of those things. All right. All right, guys. Till next time, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And we'll see you next weekend.
So we made it. In my spacesuit, I'm all alone. They can't touch me, and that's just fine.
This is another one from those guys. The Harvey Factor. It's good. Martin, have a go, man. Appreciate you. Nicholas, have a good one. Dark Ghost, 07s. Anderson, 07s, man. Mad Groper, have a good one. Appreciate you. Ken, have a good one, man. Axel, happy Sunday 07. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Dwayne, pleasure as always. Have a good one, guys. Spencer, Stu, Nick wants you. I saw, yeah, he messaged me. I'll check it in just a minute. All right, guys, have a good one. Appreciate you.
Come hang in my bubble, I ain't looking for it. But when you and your friend are dressed for trouble, I'm dealing, feeling raunchy. Maybe punch drunk is overspeak. I hope she notices the gold rings. Yeah, she painted red for me. A red between the lines, and I won this week. 100 bands on glory, and she ain't sugar, but she